Hey, wrestling fans, welcome to the One Wing Wrestling Podcast, where we help you navigate the complex world of pro wrestling, bring you the best matches, world class wrestlers, and news you can count on. At One Wing Wrestling, we bring the elite to you. My name is Krishna, and joining me, as always, is Mr. Bill Cutbush. Bill, how's it going?
It's going. It is going. It's beautiful. It's sunny. It's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
What more could we ask for in a day, really? I mean, I don't know, $700 million, ringside seats to Forbidden Door. I don't
True.
know.
True.
So there are
True.
things I suppose we could ask for, but I'm grateful for what I have, and I don't need more than that. So all good, all good. How was your day?
It was good. It was good. It was it was nice outside. Just for everyone's in the Friday mood. So it was good. It was a good day.
Cool. Friday mood, indeed.
Hmm.
Yeah, good stuff. But it being the weekend, it is a huge weekend in wrestling
Hmm.
because we're here to talk about all of the fallout from the New Japan Super Junior. No, I'm just kidding. What we're actually here to talk about today is we are previewing AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view this weekend. Because out of all the pay-per-views are on, it is the second most important pay-per-view in the world of wrestling. The first most important being Stardom's. So because of course in Stardom's Mina Shirakawa is taking on Tam Nakano in a belt versus belt match, and the winner gets
Ooh,
both belts. So we'll have
both
a white
belts.
belt and
Nice.
red belt title holder at the same time, which has only been done once ever before this.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
Yes. So we're not going to talk about that today, though. What we are going to talk about, as I said, is AEW Double or Nothing. We are just going to talk about the card. Normally,
Hmm.
with our Dynamite show, we do it all at the same time. We predict it, go watch it, review it. Well, we're going to predict it, and then we're going to watch it in a couple of days.
Yeah,
And then we
exactly.
will have our show, which should be up Monday morning sometime for all of you to hear our Double or Nothing review. And then Monday evening, I believe, we will still have our weekly show and, an onward and upward. If you haven't checked out all of our thoughts on Dynamite on Wednesday, please go check that one out. Monday, we did our usual weekly thing, extensive discussion about CM Punk
Hmm.
and Collision. So if you want to check that one out, go ahead. But we do have a card to discuss. So shall we get into it, Mr. Deny?
Let's do it.
Okay, Double or Nothing is coming to us on Sunday evening from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. It has a predicted runtime of 800 hours. And we currently have, let me count these: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, riveting podcasting, 7, 8, 9 matches currently. That only sounds like, and I mean, even if each of those were half an hour long, right? 9 matches. That's only what, four and a
Four and a
half
half.
hours.
Yeah.
There's no way this is all the matches on this card. 4.5 hours is not long enough for an AEW pay-per-view. So, but let's get into what we do know so far. I'm sure we'll talk about matches that might be announced later. So we have, and people, one moment, Rampage spoilers coming up. Now, I suspect this podcast will be posted sometime around when Rampage is going to be broadcast, maybe before. So if you haven't watched Rampage yet, the next few minutes of the podcast contain Rampage spoilers. I'm giving you fair warning to fast forward now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ethan Page and the Guns, Austin and Colton Gunn, taking on the Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, and Hook, who is replacing the perhaps kayfabe injured Isaiah Cassidy, who was
Hmm.
announced on Rampage as being injured and will not be participating in the match. How excited are you for this one, Krishna?
I mean, this is the match where if Ethan Page loses, he now belongs to Matt Hardy. So
His
yeah,
soul.
his soul. Um, this match, the Hardys are gonna win, obviously, with the Hardys and Hook. Hardys and Hook, I guess that's what they're calling, like, or whatever they call them. So, they're gonna win because Jeff is back now. Um, I prefer Ethan Page with Matt Hardy, so this will be good. I just don't care to see the Guns. So really worried that the Guns are on this. I don't know why. I guess because the rest of them are on the 21 man battle royale. But
Yes.
yeah. But yeah, this match is gonna be okay. I I mean it'll be better than the Jade Cargill and Taya Valkyrie match, but that's probably as best as gonna get.
So you're going to say then that the Hardys will win this?
Yeah,
Because of
definitely.
course we do have to keep track of who we both say wins
I think
this
the Harvey
because, you know,
the Harveys. I think the Hardys are gonna win this. Yeah.
you won the last time. So, you know,
Ooh.
yeah. So you're saying the Hardys. I am going to completely and utterly agree with you on this one because I think you and I are going to have so many same answers on this one. It's not even going to be funny because I think this is probably one of the most predictable pay-per-views AEW
Mhm.
has ever put on, with the exception of one or two matches.
Yep.
So
Agreed.
yeah, I think the Hardys are going to win this. I think it'll be a fun match in places. I really wish it wasn't the Guns. I wish it was Ethan Page and I don't know any two other guys, so they could have thrown the Guns in the Battle Royal,
I know.
right?
I know.
So, I mean, anyone else, please? Why the Guns?
I don't know. It doesn't
Anyway,
make sense.
yeah, that's fine. Whatever, Page, whatever. Then we have, you've already mentioned it, so let's talk about it. Jade Cargill, champion, taking on Taya Valkyrie for the TBS championship.
This is gonna be a meh match. I mean, this might be the match where I'm least excited for. This is an interesting one because all figures are pointing towards Taya winning this match.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I kind of feel like Tony Khan has a love affair with Jade, and he
Yep.
loves her, and I don't know if he's ready to take this belt off of her. She's now 60-0, right?
Yeah.
So is she gonna be 60-1 now? Like Ty Valkyrie, this is gonna be her second chance. So it's not really even a big win for her. She lost like before. Like who cares? She's lost multiple times against Jade. So I guess just keep trying, and eventually you'll beat her. Um, I want to say Taya Valkyrie's gonna win this one. Hmm. Do I go
Ooh.
with my gut and just say Taya? Hmm. Or do I think that Tony Khan is just gonna let Jade win again? You know what? I'm gonna go with Taya Valkyrie. It makes more sense. If she loses, it just doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm going with the logical answer. So I'll just choose Taya Valkyrie.
You are correct, sir. Taya Valkyrie will win this match. It will be 60-1 for Jade Cargill, and we will finally see an end to the terrible Jade Cargill title run that I really hope I can burn from my memory over the next year or two. This match, yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't think it's going to suck, but I don't think it's going to be very good either. I think this is
Yep.
going to be very meh, very
Mhm.
mid. It's just going to be a match on the card. They're going to have to do an awful lot to be even close to the level I think the other women's match on this card is going to be, or most of the other matches on the card, period. So,
Mhm.
um, then we have Wardlow, champion, taking on Christian Cage in a ladder match for the TNT Championship.
This is another one where I'm like, are they going to let Wardlow lose the belt again? Because this is Christian's specialty, the ladder match. Obviously, there's outside interference by Luchasaurus. Does
Mm-hmm.
Luchasaurus help Christian Cage win this belt? But then
Right.
Christian Cage doesn't need this belt. Wardlow needs to be pushed more, right? So the logical answer would be Wardlow winning this match. But the way that AEW handles Wardlow is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. So if he lost, I'd be like, yeah, I did. I'm not surprised that he lost. But I'm gonna go with again. I'm going with the logical answer. It should be Wardlow winning this match.
How hyped are you for this match?
I'm not. I'm not hyped at all for this match.
I know we've had three straight matches now where both of us are like, eh,
Yeah.
don't care. But of course, I am kind of maybe on purpose getting those out of the way early because I know both of us don't have a lot of care for any of these
Mm-hmm.
matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. Wardlow versus Christian, big deal. I think that it's going to be Christian doing everything he can to cheat to beat Wardlow. You know, Luchasaurus is going to interfere like crazy. Maybe Arn is going to help out Wardlow. I don't know. And I kind of don't care.
Same.
Wardlow is winning this match. It's 100% predictable in my book. This is just a step for Wardlow to actually try to build some credibility now as a title holder in AEW. So, yes, this is just going to be Wardlow beating Christian in what is now Wardlow's new, and it'll be his second straight ladder match victory. So, yeah, anyway. Then we have the Blackjack Battle Royale for the AEW International Championship. Orange Cassidy is defending his title against, here's the list: Jay White, Juice Robinson, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee, Dustin Rhodes, Penta El Zero Miedo, Ray Phoenix, Kip Sabian, Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, Tony Nese, Ari Davari, Big Bill, Lee Moriarty, Commander, Bandito, The Butcher, and The Blade.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun match. I think it's gonna be fun. I think Orange Cassidy retains. I think this is his
Mhm.
big kind of like overcoming everything, because I think Orange Cassidy is losing that belt at Forbidden Door. That's my prediction. So he's gonna win today. Today he's gonna win on Sunday.
Mhm.
Because again, probably one of the most epic runs on AEW. Someone's coming through that Forbidden Door and taking that championship away from him at Forbidden Door. So I'm gonna say Orange Cassidy wins, and this is gonna be an entertaining match.
Cool. Yes. I think it'll be fun. I think Orange Cassidy wins for sure.
Mhm.
I don't think this again, to me, it's predictable. They're not going to have him after that amazing, championship match or championship run lose the belt against any of these guys,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I just yeah, it's pretty predictable. But I think my bigger problem with this match is who's in the match.
Hmm.
Jay White and Juice Robinson. Okay, this was the best you could do with Jay White for the pay
So
per view. His first pay per view, his first AEW pay per view.
They've mishandled Jay White. They've also mishandled a certain Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland
Yeah, I
because
was about to say that was my next point. Was
yeah,
Swerve and Keith Lee are
yeah.
still not having their match? Are we having this match in 2027? Is
As
that the idea
I
now?
told you, never. We're never having this match.
Yeah, it just it makes no sense to me at all. Why are they not fighting
I
on
don't
the
know.
pay per view against each other? Why didn't Jay White have some kind of match with Ricky Starks on this pay per view? Are we saving that up for Forbidden Door where we're going to get like the Bullet Club? But Jay White and Juice Robinson are kind of opposed to David Finlay.
Mhm.
So
I
yeah,
don't.
it's kind
Yeah,
of I don't know. We have the Lucha Brothers in here who, could have had their own match, please and thank you. Um, this is apparently where Kip Sabian belongs now. Commander and Bandito are both in this match. So I don't quite understand why the best friends are
Mhm.
in this match.
Because they walked into Tony Khan's office and asked for a shot at it.
I guess. I mean, we're probably going to end up with a certain trios title match from Rampage tonight. We don't know that for sure, but we're probably going to end up with it announced after it. Um, and would that not have been a better place to put
Yep.
like,
Agreed.
like the best friends and Bandito and give them another shot, or Ray Phoenix, Pentel Zero Miedo, and maybe Commander, have them take on the House of Black. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they've had too many chances. Maybe I'm just booking out my butt.
Hmm.
I don't know, right? But I look at this list of people and go, well, I'm glad they're on the show,
Yeah. Same.
but
That's about it.
man. Okay, well, I guess I think too, hopefully what's going to come out of this is we're going to see like some progression in some of these other
Yeah.
stories. Like you can use a battle royal for that. So I don't know. Yeah. Do you think there's how much potential coming out of this do you think heads towards Forbidden Door? So you've already said Orange Cassidy is going to lose the belt at Forbidden Door to somebody. And I've said, there's some Bullet Club stuff coming out of this. Do you think there's any other potential here that's heading towards Forbidden Door?
I don't
Other,
know. Like maybe the Forbidden Door opens up in Las Vegas. Like maybe that's what's happening. But like I have no clue. Um, it's weird because like apparently CMLL and stuff like that they're not allowed to wrestle at Forbidden Door due to some New Japan stuff. So like that means that Bandito and like some other people can't wrestle at Forbidden Door, which is kind of sucky, right? I was reading that today.
oh,
Based on
that's
their agreements.
interesting.
Yeah, really weird, right?
Hmm,
But I'm hoping for some progression. I don't know if they're gonna do it right now, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping for some surprises
right.
on Sunday.
So we can expect the CMLL guys to kind of move into the background a bit. But
Yeah,
does that include that? Does not Triple A guys though? It's only
I don't
CMLL as
know.
far as I know that has the agreement with New
I
Japan
don't
because
know
they
because
swap wrestlers.
yeah, because I was looking at it on they're like the real Forbidden Door and they had like CMLL and it's on a couple other things. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They were
Hmm.
saying that there was wrestlers who cannot. It looks like cannot go to Forbidden Door, and it actually looked like Ray Phoenix and Penta were on the graphic as well. And I was like, Ray and Penta,
But they're
that's
from
weird.
Triple A.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, what's going on? Like unless the report was obviously wrong, which is possible. But
Hmm.
I saw their graphic on this. I was like, oh, that's I
Hmm.
didn't know. But who knows? We'll find out more about that like
Yes, we will. Will
soon.
we will add it to the list of things we will talk about Monday. So there you go. Um, to get back to Forbidden, Sam already predicting Forbidden Door.
Hmm.
To get back to the card on the pay-per-view that is the stepping stone to Forbidden Door, we have Jamie Hayter, champion, taking on Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship.
I think this really depends on not Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter's actual injury, because it's saying she's actually injured.
Mm-hmm.
If she's not, then Jamie Hayter retains because she has, she hasn't been around for a bit. If she's actually injured, I wouldn't be shocked if Toni Storm won this match, right? So I'm gonna go with, okay, fine. I'm gonna go with Jamie Hayter retaining the title, but there's something going on with the Hayter injury because she literally was pulled from the match last week because she was hurt,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm wondering if that plays into any of this.
Yeah, you're quite right. It very much could play into this.
Hmm.
If it were a pure championship run, I'd say we're way too early taking the belt off of her, right?
Hmm.
Because one, she could have some really killer matches at Forbidden Door
Hmm.
as champion, right? I mean, there are a number of women in a certain promotion that I like to discuss continuously who could have some really great matches with Jamie Hayter. Um, of course, I'd also like to think they can probably have some darn good matches with Toni Storm.
That's it. Yeah.
So, who do I think's gonna have the belt? Well, I think if you put Jamie Hayter against a Mayu Iwatani, for example, the crowd would be very much behind Jamie because they know her. But if you have a heel Toni Storm, does that give Mayu a chance to get over to the North American crowd who doesn't know who one of the greatest professional wrestlers in the world is in Mayu Iwatani? Um, yeah. See, I'm kind of thinking out loud on this one because it's tricky. Do I think even if Jamie doesn't have an injury, do I think they're going to go with Toni?
Mm.
Yeah. You know what? Screw it. Toni Storm's winning this match.
Okay. All
I
right.
think they're taking the belt off her, injured or not. I think that Toni's going to have that belt going into Forbidden Door, and this will open up, their little outcast group there getting even more annoying to the fans. So I think it'll build a lot of heat, stripping Jamie of the title now, because I think Jamie's title run too was almost accidental, right?
Yeah.
AEW walked into it because she got so popular. Well, they gave her a run, so maybe it's time to hand it over to the outcasts. See what they can do as heel champs for a while heading into Forbidden Door. So there's my prediction. And what was yours? Did you go with Jamie?
I went Jamie. Yeah.
Okay, finally, we have a disagreement. This is
Hmm.
good. This means someone will actually win on Sunday. Okay, so this brings us then to FTR champions Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler taking on Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal for the AEW World Tag Team Championship with Mark Briscoe as the special guest referee.
Yeah, I mean, I think this might be a good match. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be terrible. I think the titles are gonna be retained by FTR. Because I think FTR is actually gonna fight the Hardys, because I think the Hardys actually want a shot at that belt too. So I'm guessing FTR is gonna go on a little run here. Finally, maybe get some tag team matches in. But yeah, I predict that I know there's a lot of outside interference pointing to like the Jarrett and Lethal winning, but no, it's not. Like the FTR is going to win, and I'm probably because Mark Briscoe's there, right? As the guest referee, he's going to call it down the middle and probably kick all the other interference people out. But my prediction is, yeah, it's going to be FTR.
Okay. I think you are correct, sir. I think FTR is obviously winning this match. To me, this is another obvious one. FTR is not going to drop the belts yet, especially not
Yeah,
to Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. This is kind of like just a holdover match to keep things going. Mark Briscoe in there to keep people entertained. Um, yeah, the match will be good. I mean, it's got Jay Lethal and FTR, and Jeff Jarrett. He doesn't suck, but he doesn't blow my mind. He's
agreed.
Jeff Jarrett.
Agreed.
Um, Probably going to be lots of shenanigans. Mark Briscoe, I think, will get involved. These are like, I'm being Captain Obvious here. But yeah, FTR is going to win. Here's why I think FTR is going to win, though. See,
Okay.
the Hardys are going to get that last title run, but they want to give some time for the Hardys to sort of prove themselves, make sure Jeff will stay good.
Mm-hmm.
Give him some time, make sure he's fine. You know what I mean? And I think that the Hardys are going to be involved with Ethan Page and stuff for a while. So they're going to continue to have a few shenanigan matches. And I would say by the late, You know where a good place to have the Hardys win the championship would be? Wembley Stadium.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, that would be a pretty cool victory, right? And they're gonna have to do it against a heel team,
Hmm.
you know. So because it can't be, I doubt it'll be against FTR unless they want to go face team versus face team. But I think that they really want the Hardys to be clearly going to be the people who are going
Yeah,
to win the belts. So you need a couple bad guys to come in at the Forbidden Door and take those
take the
belts.
belts. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're right.
Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be people from New Japan, but it could be New Japan-ish, say Jay White and Juice Robinson,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
That's pretty true.
Or El Phantasmo shows up, joins them, and you have El Phantasmo and Juice Robinson as a tag team, right? I mean, that could work too. The three of them can work as a trios. Jay White goes after singles titles.
Hmm.
Juice and El Phantasmo are concentrating on tag team,
Tags.
right? Now, of course, the problem being, El Phantasmo has a very high flying, very
Hmm.
face friendly move set, but I still think watching him fight the Hardys would be pretty cool too.
Yeah, it would
Uh,
be.
I am engaging in full on fantasy booking here,
Huh.
but I mean, even if it was just Jay White and Juice Robinson, that would still be a good
That'd be really
match.
good. Yep.
Yeah, and
Agreed.
them against FTR would also be a really good
Yep.
match. And it would be perfect for Forbidden Door because you still have that Bullet Club element to it.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping that's where they go because my God, is that a better use of Jay White? You
Yeah.
know, plus you give them the belts for a bit, right?
Yeah.
Sure, the Hardys take the titles off them, but it doesn't mean they can't get them back soon after. You know what
Mm.
I mean? So, so yes, FTR is going to win, and the reason being they are headed towards losing them at the next show, Forbidden Door. So FTR, both of us said FTR. Well, then we have Adam Cole taking on Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match with Sabu as the special enforcer.
I think that Adam Cole should win this match, but I think the Sabu special enforcer is only one thing. Like there's only one thing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I do feel that Adam Cole wins, but I feel someone else is coming, and I don't know if it's going to be CM Punk or someone who's going to help Adam Cole beat up Jericho to start a feud with Jericho, which might make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like Adam Cole's winning this, but someone else is showing up tonight. Tonight. I keep saying
Right.
tonight on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, you could be right. I think you're right too, because you see, Chris Jericho was once in ECW.
Hmm.
Sabu was once in ECW. I got a feeling there might be something going on there. Perhaps Sabu is more of a Chris Jericho fan than we think,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So it may be there are some high level shenanigans going on here.
Yeah.
So, but we will see. We will see. I think I'm going to go the other way just for fun. I'm going to say Jericho wins this match.
Okay.
And I think Jericho is going to win this match through horrible shenanigans, which
Mm.
will force them to have like a proper
A
singles match
follow up.
somewhere. I mean,
Okay.
I'm probably completely wrong. I'm going to go with it anyway. I think you're probably right. Adam Cole's winning, but just to be a contrarian, I'm going to choose Jericho and call it a victory by shenanigans because th- Adam Cole winning this is going to be like really big, right? And no, wait. Oh, hold on. I am backing myself into a booking corner here. Does this match go on last? Because it's unsanctioned, or is that? I
No,
guess
I don't
the
think
title
so.
match has got to go on last, right?
You would
So this
assume
is,
so, but that Anarchy in the Arena is gonna steal the spotlight. Do you really want to put the title right after Anarchy in the Arena, or do you start the show off with Anarchy in the Arena and stuff like that?
or yeah, you might. And do you put the faith in the four pillars at being the like? I would never do that to them. I would never say you
Yeah,
guys are
no,
second rate, and I'm
yeah,
sorry you can't hold the main event. I would
yeah,
give them the main event 100%.
yeah.
MJF is whatever we have to say about MJF. He's earned the spot as the
Mm-hmm.
champion, and he has every right to be in the main event. I mean, he had a lot of beef to pick when he was like, every time I'm supposed to be in the spotlight, someone
Mm-hmm.
else steals it from me.
Yeah.
Right? He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to pull him out of the main event because we think he's going to be overshadowed by the Elite or the Blackpool Combat Club or Adam Cole or Chris Jericho, I think might be a bit of a mistake. I think that, I mean, it doesn't mean Tony Khan won't make that mistake, but I think you put the MJF match on last no matter what. Now, you're right. You can open the show with, because I think in my mind, you want to separate
Mm-hmm.
this match, the unsanctioned match, from the Anarchy and the Arena match because they're too similar.
Yeah.
They're both
Agreed.
just going to be brutal matches, right? Now, I, oh, I would want the Adam Cole. You're right. I think Anarchy in the Arena should open the show. right? I really do think it should open the show. Because I think it's going to be really brutal and it'll get the crowd into it. Because if you're not going to open with that, you got to open with the Battle Royal, I guess, right? But, or it should be the number 2 match after the Battle Royal, something
I
like
feel like
that.
they're opening with the Battle Royale. I feel like
Yeah,
that's
probably.
yeah,
So throw in Anarchy in the Arena second,
maybe.
right? Then you get a bunch of middle matches, right? Then you do the undisputed match. Then you do the championship match, because then you've got it balanced out, right? You open hot. Orange Cassidy defends. Then we'll talk about the elite match in a minute. And then, Adam Cole then wins the unsanctioned match. Okay, so you get this like big, way over babyface winning his match before MJF, of course, wins his match, right? Which is going to be like, okay, the heel won that one, right?
Yeah.
So I think that in order to have like that good feeling somewhere near the end of the show, you're going to have to put Adam Cole over Chris Jericho. So I'm going to reverse my decision. I have just convinced myself that I was wrong, and I'm going to say Adam Cole.
Okay.
Because I think, especially if this match is one of the ones that comes near the end of the show, because it only makes sense. So there you go. And speaking of Anarchy in the Arena, we have the Blackpool Combat Club, John Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta versus the Elite, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Nick Jackson, and Hangman Adam Page.
This is gonna be my match of the night. I think I'm just gonna say that right now because it has everyone that I love in this match. I think the Elite's losing this match. And the reason I think the Elite's losing this match, and it's not because the Elite are going to turn on each other or anything like that. It's because you said it the other day. Don Callis still is playing a role somewhere here. He's going to show up. I'm not going to be shocked if Takeshita joins the Blackpool Combat Club because he's now bled with them and he's been missing since that day. And if Takeshita joins the Blackpool Combat Club, then at Forbidden Door, I'm predicting they're gonna run this match back, not Anarchy in the Arena, but a certain someone else is going to show up and join the Elite, a certain Kota Ibushi himself, and that's going to be your Forbidden Door match at Forbidden Door, obviously. So yes. I'm predicting that the Elite are losing this match. I want them to win. But I predict it's the Don Callis factor that's driving because he wasn't there at the show again.
Right.
There's something. They don't just drop this. They don't drop the ball with this stuff. Something's happening. Don Callis is going to cause the Elite to lose.
So you're not going Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Are we saving that till Wembley?
That's the thing. Do we save that to Wembley, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so maybe my prediction about what happens is wrong, but I still think the Elite are losing. I don't know how they're losing, but it's just Don Callis. Something is going to happen. Because this doesn't make the Elite weak in any way if Don Callis interferes in this match, but something is happening, right? So how it happens, I don't know. Who he brings in, it kind of makes sense for Takeshita to be there because Takeshita is missing. But yeah, I'm waiting to see.
Here's what I think's going to happen. Okay. You ready for this? This is Bill's predicted booking. I don't think Don Callis has anything to do with the Blackpool Combat Club. Mox threw him into the bloody speaker and stuff, or the light stand, cut him open, blah, blah, blah. Didn't want anything to do with them. They all acted shocked when Don Callis turned on Kenny Omega. I think they were legit shocked, like storyline legit shocked. I don't think Don Callis has anything to do with the Blackpool Combat Club. His sliminess doesn't really fit them. You know what I mean? Like they're just like ass kickers, pure and simple ass kickers, right? Professional wrestling ass kickers. Now, I agree. First of all, let's just get this out of the way. Blackpool Combat Club is winning this match. Right. First of all, it's their kind of match. For the Elite to win it, I think will be very difficult. Now, what I think is going to happen though, is that you're going to get a moment in this match where it looks like either the Bucks or Hangman, probably Hangman, messes up and does something to Kenny accidentally or doesn't help Kenny at a particular, or Hangman has to choose between helping Kenny and helping the Bucks, right? And that's when Don Callis sends Konosuke Takeshita in to save Kenny's ass.
That's a swerve. That's
Right.
a huge
And
swerve.
then Callus's explanation is, you don't understand. Kenny needed tough love because he was going the wrong way. I saw this coming a mile off. He needed to learn these people don't have his back. Right. And the only way for me to do that was to let all of this roll out as it did. I've got your back. Konosuke's got your back. These guys don't.
Mhm.
I think that's where this is going. And you know what? I think Kenny is more than ready to believe that.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
He's definitely is.
Yep.
That's why I said that his excitement about them just turning their back on him was too much and being the elite, right? So
Yep. My other swerve is, although I think he's busy this weekend, so I don't think that's going to happen because he's busy with the Progress tournament. But would have been really cool for Osprey to show up and save Omega and go,
save Omega.
I need him fresh.
Oh my
You can't injure
goodness.
him again. I need to beat his ass.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. That's
See, that would be pretty cool.
that'd be cool. That would be pretty cool.
So yeah, that would have been my fantasy booking, but he's busy at a Progress tournament this
Yeah.
weekend, so that is definitely not happening. We are getting, unless we get a pre-taped video segment or whatever, we are not getting Will Ospreay on this pay-per-view. So he is busy. But yeah, so that's what I think is going to happen in this match. I think also this will be my match of the night, both for the fact, look, I love the Blackpool Combat Club. I love the Elite. Putting these two groups together to fight, I mean, fight forever. Seriously, just fight forever. I'm completely fine with that. And add in like the Lucha Brothers and their friends, and then we can just have these three factions going at each other for the rest of time. And I will be completely fine with that, right? Like add Bandito and Vikingo del, like seriously, just make a great lucha faction and have like Pac join them, and then put them up against serious. This is like my fantasy AEW. So yeah, anyway, and we're getting part of it on this match, so I'm actually quite excited for this match. I'm totally hyped. I'm kind of sad I think it's going to be so early in the show, because if I had my way, it would main event the show, but I understand why it shouldn't logically as booking.
Yeah, true.
Yep. Which brings us to what is probably going to be the main event on this show. We have MJF champion taking on Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry in a 4 pillars match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
So this is gonna be a great match. The 1B, obviously. MGF is retaining. There's no way he's not retaining this match. Sorry, this title. I don't know what's gonna happen, because as much as I do see Darby and Jungle Boy trying to be friends, there's something happening there, right? Like it seems like they're gonna have a program against each other. What it's for, I don't like. It's gonna be maybe it's a grudge match against each other. I have no clue, right? Because they have respect, but they don't like each other, right? So you can build on that. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I think it's just gonna be a great match. I don't know if there's gonna be any turns. Like, I think the most shocking turn that could potentially happen, that actually doesn't make any sense, because you'd assume everyone wants that belt, right? Would be a Jungle Boy turn, right? That's the one that's like, it's the outlier, because everyone else, you're kind of like, Darby's not turning. Sammy's gonna be Sammy, who's kind of in the middle of everything, anyways. It's Jungle Boy is my outlier here, right? And that's where I'm like, something's gonna happen that's gonna progress, because remember, after this, these 4 pillars are probably not gonna fight each other anymore, like again, right? Like Max is gonna be moving on to probably the Adam Cole thing. So then what do you do with the other 3, right? Like what's gonna happen with them? So I have a feel. So again, I'm saying again that Max is winning MJF. There's something about Jungle Boy. There's something I don't know, right? Like I feel like something's gonna happen that's gonna drive him and Darby at heads, and they're gonna blame each other for the match. Like, they're like, you cost me that match, or you cost me that, and they're gonna start something, right? So I have a feeling that's the way it's going. But yeah, MGF is winning this match.
Right. I think you're right, because I mean, I think that it would take a herd of what, I mean, the odds in Vegas in this match are 50 to 1, 50 to 1 in MJF's favor to win this match. Okay. And they may as well be 1,000 to 1, because he is not losing this match at all, ever, in any universe. That said, the match is going to rock.
Yep.
I can't see it not rocking. I just sounded like I was like 50 years old when I said that, and that's okay because I am. Um, so yeah, match, awesome match. But what do I think's gonna happen? Here's
Mhm.
my scenario for you, Christian,
Okay.
because something is going to come out of this that changes some of the face of the pillars.
Mhm.
The match is going to go exactly as intended, exactly as intended. So Sammy's not going to lie down for him. They're all going to fight against MJF, and MJF is going to use every underhanded tactic in the book to beat them. Okay. And in fact, it's going to be like something that really pisses off either Sammy or Darby or both of them at the end of the
Mhm.
match. Okay. And then after the match, they are going to get mad and they're going to be shoving MJF. They're going to be all pissed off. And Jungle Boy is going to step in and take them both down with MJF
And that's what I'm thinking too. Jungle
because
Boy is the outlier here.
he's going to realize he tried to fight his way and
It didn't work.
still couldn't do it. So MJF was right all along. And so this will cause him to turn and go, "You're right. I couldn't beat you for the championship yet. I need to learn how to beat you for the championship. So I'll take that offer of being your right hand." Right.
Which would be kind of cool. That actually would be kind of
Mm-hmm.
cool. Those two aligning with each other.
Yeah, and
Um,
MJF will kind of treat him a bit like shit, and Jungle Boy will do his thing, and then eventually that can lead to a big Jungle Boy MJF
mhm.
match for the title, right? And
Yep.
a much meaner Jungle Boy when they finally get around to turning him back.
Mhm.
But that could be quite a while down the road because I think
Yeah.
what we could have for the meantime is a very vicious heel Jungle Boy for a while,
Yeah.
and
Jungle
I think
Boy
that
versus
would be a
Adam Cole,
great
stuff like that. Yeah.
rejuvenation. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Uh,
I don't know if Adam Cole's his next opponent though,
Oh, okay. Okay.
because we have Forbidden Door. Is he really going to fight Adam Cole at Forbidden Door?
No. No.
Right.
He's
So
not
again,
gonna do
that's
that.
Wembley, right? Adam
Yeah.
Cole winning the belt from MJF at Wembley is a possibility.
Sure, I guess if I don't think MJF is losing that belt anytime soon, but
So
sure.
you think Adam Cole is just going to be another stepping stone for
I don't
MJF?
know. I don't but that's the thing. I don't know who's going to be the person to take that belt off of MJF,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't know the answer to that right now. I
See,
don't
Adam Cole's huge.
Yep.
I think Adam Cole's the guy you would want to put the belt on if you're going to transfer it to a face champion.
Okay.
But is this going to be a chase? Is he going to keep getting screwed out of it by MJF and then finally catches the bastard at December or whatever?
Because then if Punk is coming back, do you redo the Punk MJF feud? Do you start that one back again? Right?
I
Because there's
suppose
so
you
much stuff,
could.
right? There's so much
Yeah.
stuff that's unfinished, and that's kind of like, okay, sure, right? So I don't know, like, what do you do with this?
Yeah, because I mean, Warner Brothers Discovery would probably love it if they stuck the belt on Punk and stuck him on Collision, right?
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, money wise, that might be your best decision. Wrestling wise, well, whatever.
Yeah,
It's like the belt just remains in limbo as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, okay. Yeah, can Kenny be champion again?
I know. Can't he just be champion again?
I know. I want him
Like,
to be
well, the way
champion.
I'm looking at it is gonna be like Kenny needs to go on like a singles run with probably some other people as well, but you need to do Kenny versus Danielson too. You need to do
Yes.
Hangman versus Mox. You do Kenny versus Mox. Like there's so many matches that need to come out of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. And then you run back to Takeshita versus Hangman again, right? That was a
Mm-hmm.
fantastic match they
Yep.
had. So
Exactly.
like
Well,
there's so
Takeshita
many
versus anybody is
anybody, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But that's the thing. It's like I don't. There's so many possible ways they can go with this pay per view. Like there are some matches where you're kind of like meh, whatever, right? But if things happen in this pay per view, this could be really, really big, right?
Yep.
So, and I kind of like why can't Jay White start going after like a title or something like that? Like he's doing
Mm-hmm.
nothing,
Right.
absolutely nothing, right? I obviously he doesn't go after the MJF title because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
But he'd be a great fit for that international championship.
mm-hmm. Yes, he would.
So, yep. So, it would be nice to see if anyone's going to beat Orange Cassidy in that battle royal, it has to be Jay White.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
if he doesn't beat him there, I think beating him later is not a bad idea because it seems like something Jay White would be targeting too. He's worn out now. He's mine.
I just
You
feel
know.
that like Forbidden Door coming up, you're right. They're going to be looking for someone from another company to challenge for these titles or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it would be like, who would Orange Cassidy face from New Japan, for
Well, they
that
got they
international
got
title?
lots of choices, man. I would love to see Orange Cassidy versus Hiromu Takahashi. That would be absolutely amazing because, and then they could go belt for belt.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay,
know,
okay.
you've got your junior heavyweight champion versus the international champion, which is
Who's
basically
the who's the heavyweight champion of New Japan?
Sonata.
Oh, Sonata. Would
Yes.
you do Sonata versus MJF at the pay-per-view? Or maybe you don't because you're like, you
No,
know
you
what?
don't want to
No.
do that. You don't
Yeah.
want to do that
You
because
want
when
to do
so New Japan loves clean finishes. They don't like shenanigans in their finishes almost ever. You almost never see a count out finish. You almost never see a DQ finish. Right?
mm,
They're very hung up on their clean finishes, and they can afford to do that because they have so few events during the year. Right?
yeah.
So I mean, when you run TV all the time, you've got to do shenanigan matches sometimes because you can't help it.
Do they put MJF up against Okada at the
Oh
pay-per-view?
no. Mox and Okada
You
are
think
getting
so?
into it. Oh,
Okay.
8 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, the 8 minute thing. I can beat him
Yeah,
in eight
exactly. I
minutes.
can beat Okada in 8 minutes. If I can't beat him in 8 minutes, there's no point.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. So yeah, I think we're getting Okada and Mox at Forbidden Door, which I think would be pretty great. Which means they've got to move past the Elite before then,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think whatever happens at the pay-per-view is going to shift the Elite's focus away from the Blackpool Combat Club. And the Blackpool Combat Club is going to be like, we are the elite of the world of professional wrestling. And that leads them to a bunch of Zack Sabre Jr. versus
And
Bryan
Brian
Danielson,
Danielson,
which,
yeah.
or do you do that again at Wembley? I don't. But I mean, Wembley's not Forbidden Door. Wembley is just
No,
an AEW show all in, right?
that's right.
So, as much as Osprey may be booked on it, you're not going to get all these New Japan guys. So Zack
Like
Sabre
it kind
Jr.
of takes away from the Forbidden Door.
Yeah,
But if you keep doing all this or that, right? So it's
exactly.
like, yeah, you
Yep.
probably wouldn't want to have everyone there.
Right. So you can get Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson at Forbidden Door. Right. And I think that that's the direction they need to move. They need to move the Blackpool Combat Club away from the Elite, maybe just for now. Right. Nothing that says old grudges can't fire up
Mm,
again. But, for the next little while, I think they need to move the Elite away from the Blackpool Combat Club and vice versa to set up for Forbidden Door.
yeah, like right.
Yeah, so that way we get our House of Torture versus the Young Bucks match. No.
Right. House of Torture.
But can we please have like a Young Bucks just tag team match?
No, I
That
know.
would be pretty great because like they never just wrestle as the Bucks anymore.
Nope.
So yeah, the Elite just needs to get back to Kenny being singles and the Bucks being a
Being
tag
tag team.
team and Hangman being singles, and we can all just get along well. So yeah.
Agreed.
Anyway, so we have agreed on almost every single match. Let me just run down them real fast. Yep, we have agreed on just about every single match. That makes this perhaps the most predictable pay-per-view in AEW history, or we're both complete
Wrong.
idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Well,
realize the one match that we disagree on is the women's championship.
mm-hmm.
The
And I said,
entire
yeah,
Yep. Everything that just revolves around that. That's the match where we will find out who can predict better because we have predicted exactly the same everywhere else. This really is the most predictable pay per view in
yep.
AEW history. And it wouldn't surprise me if you and I come out with near
I
100%
know.
scores.
Yep.
So, but we will have to wait till Sunday. Oh, wait, there is one more thing. Do we think the Acclaimed and House of Black are going to be happening on this pay per view? Claimed and Billy Gunn, of course, to make it a trios match coming out because they are on Rampage tonight.
I would say you'd want the House of Black on the pay-per-view because they're title holders, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. They are, and House of Black is winning.
I am also going to say yes, they are, and I am also saying House of Black is winning because I think they'll have a house rules match, and I think that the house rule they're going to pick is Max gets to rap the entire time he's wrestling.
Can you
No,
imagine? Can you
that'd be
imagine?
hilarious. Oh. Oh well, yeah. So no, I think that match is also happening. And we're going to get the House of Black winning. So just in case that match does get announced, there's our prediction for it too. Though
Nice.
I just hope they beat the living crud out of the Acclaimed. But I guess for now, we will have to wait until the pay-per-view, but we will be back after the show to let you guys know what we thought of all the matches. So be sure to check that out too. But until then, as the great one always says, goodbye, everybody. Mwah! And good night. Bang.
Good night, everyone.